I'm gonna try to break it down in 5 steps so you can kind of like visualize it, hopefully. Generally, this is step by step. Now, you can hop around and get those things. This is not like an end all be all as in follow this list, but these are just things I've noticed. Write it down, take notes. So number 1, obviously choose its business structure. You kind of want to go, if you want to do sole proprietorship, limited, corporation, OPC. You know, if you want to go corporation, then obviously you go through the SEC. So that's something that you have to really consider as to what type of business you're doing, especially on the restrictions as to ownership and percentages of ownership. So I know a lot of people that run OPCs for their businesses. It could be like a BPO and focusing in marketing and things like that. So a lot of them run OPCs. And I also know friends who have corporations that foreigners are part of the board, and they max it at 40%, unfortunately. But obviously, on the back end of things, you might be the main investor, and then you can have your own arrangement on the back end of things. But legally, front-facing, Filipino ownership is going to be at 60% for these traditional corporations. Number 2, you're going to have to register that business name, that entity to DTI or SEC. Now, time frames, from my understanding and from my experiences, DTI is super quick. SEC, I believe sometimes it might take up to 2 weeks or more. So just to kind of break it down, DTI is for like sole proprietorships. So SEC is more like actual like corporations and however that breaks down. Number 3 is get your local business permit from your mayor's office or the LGU, local government unit. Within this, there's also levels to that, as in you're gonna have to get a barangay clearance, maybe get a cedula, and another slew of things, but you're gonna be dealing the local LGU, you know, local government unit. So keep that in mind. That might take some time. Just keep that in mind when you're actually to the level of getting all these permits and stuff via the LGU. Number 4, register with the BIR. This takes some time. Sometimes this can be, a lot of it is very redundant because it's still, unfortunately, still kind of old-fashioned. You're gonna find out with like printing receipts, getting books, you're gonna find out. The main thing is pay your taxes or you're gonna face some big penalties. And sometimes at this phase of things, get involved with a really good bookkeeper, someone with industry knowledge, number 1, and connections. Number 5, set up for all the other things. Now, you set up the business ready, you set up the business name, the entity, and everything like that. You're gonna want to set up the SSS, a PhilHealth, and all the government agencies. SSS is pretty much Social Security here, if you're an American. PhilHealth is probably very similar to like Medicaid, Medicare type thing. When you run business in America, you have SSS, and you have like disability. PhilHealth to some degree is kind of like that. And then PAG-IBIG is another one that kind of helps with, from my understanding, the Philippine landscape, it helps with loaning for, you know, properties, and or they take mortgages with their PAG-IBIG, or it's another form of getting money and putting it into like a real estate investment. And some of your employees will get loans against what they put into the SSS and PAG-IBIG. So once again, if you have employees, it's the law to get SSS, PhilHealth, and PAG-IBIG. So just keep that in mind.